Irving told me about how you became a Grey Warden, and that unpleasant incident that occurred prior to your departure from the Circle. None other. I respect the decision you made, and the way you handled it. And it did not seem to affect Duncan's desire to recruit you. But that aside, you're a Grey Warden now, and perhaps I presume too much by saying this, but the Circle is proud of you. And perhaps you would be dead now. Thinking such things is neither productive nor good for your soul. You can agonize about how you should have been at the tower, or you can imagine that you weren't there because you had to be elsewhere, and so we meet Jowan again. It must hurt you to see what he has become. I spoke to him a year ago. He sounded like a nice boy, earnest, a little awkward perhaps. He talked about you with both awe and resentment. It seems he's made several bad decisions over the course of his life. Still, I can't help but feel sorry for him. Ah, Lily, the girl from the Chantry. Vows made to a faithless organization are hardly a match for young love, are they? It's difficult sometimes to see people stumble and fall, wanting to pick them up, knowing you can't. You just have to live with that, don't you? Sad, and especially unfortunate because the victim is one so young. His actions were driven by childish naivete. There was no malice intended. Connor is as much a victim as anyone here. This should not have happened. The child should have received proper schooling. You, of all people, should know that he is woefully ill-suited for teaching. He was still an apprentice himself when he fled the Circle. Connor was probably never made aware of how dangerous his powers were. That should be the first lesson. They must learn discipline before they even try experimenting with spells. Who knows what bad habits Jowan may have encouraged, what haphazard form his lessons took? She was not thinking about what was best for Connor. She was concerned with what was best for her, that she didn't lose him. And look, now she may lose him anyway. The short-sighted, selfish fool. You cannot hide the talent in a child any more than you can hide a blazing fire. It needs to be watched and tended to, that it may burn brightly, but safely. You don't throw a rug over it or shut it in a closet, trying to smother it. It will flare up when you least expect it. I fear that there will be no solution that will make everything better. Is there something you need? It has been almost a year, hasn't it? Do you miss the tower at all? You can take a mage out of the Circle, but you can't take the Circle out of the mage. Or so Irving used to say. He was joking, but there is some truth to the statement. A mage never really leaves the Circle, and for the rest of your life you will be seen as a Circle mage. But you will always be a mage, especially in the eyes of others. You represent both mages and Grey Wardens, and your actions may reflect well or badly on both groups. Remember that. That is commendable, but one's principles are often subtly influenced by others, though you may be unconscious of it. The only thing one can do is to be aware that this is a possibility, and ask yourself often why you do what you do. Oh, but listen to me go on. You start a conversation, and I just run away with it, don't I? I've been mentoring apprentices for so long, it's become something I do unconsciously. I don't know if I could stop even if I wanted to.
I didn't fit in with the Templars in your chantry. My path lay elsewhere.
Irving is a reasonable man. He will find some way for you to return. The Circle needs new blood. It needs to change.
I have fond memories of Irving. He was always kind to me. I will consider your proposal, and perhaps I will speak with Irving. However, I promise nothing. Perhaps the mage you seek is right in front of you. The Grey Warden is a mage, no? The Blight will not last forever. Why not look to him to shape the new Circle? It is something both of you should think about.
Have you given any thought to what Anarin said? There is wisdom in his words. You are a mage, and you could be what the Circle needs most. But you never really left the Circle like an Aaron did. Your life as a Grey Warden has given you a chance to venture abroad, farther than many mages have been. You've seen the world, dealt with kings and lords, Templars and apostates. You've seen the good and bad of all of these. You could bring these experiences back to the Circle, improve it with what you know. It will take time, but it can be done, slowly. Oh, believe me, I would if I could. But I am not long for this world. Day by day, I feel myself weakening. I will not live to see the Circle rebuilt and made stronger and more glorious. This will be a dream I take to my grave. It doesn't have to be a dream for you.